In our last video, we fully reviewed the Redmi Note 11 Pro Plus and particularly talked about how the 108 megapixel sensor performed at this point. Unfortunately, when compared to its predecessor, the Note 11 Pro still had room for improvement in the camera department. So today, let's take a deeper look at the Redmi Note 11 series by comparing the Redmi Note 11 Pro with the Note 11 Pro Plus. And let's find out which model of the series is more recommendable at their respective price points. Well, let's see what differences we got on paper first. It seems that the battery and charging are the only two remarkable differences between the Note 11 Pro and the Pro Plus. As we mentioned in our last video, Redmi generously brought the insane charging power of 120 watts to the Plus version, while the Note 11 Pro comes with a 67 watt fast charge, but at the same time features a larger 5160 mAh battery. Apart from this, these two models do not look much different from each other. In the Pro Plus review video, we mentioned that 120 watt fast charging just took 16 minutes to get us back to 100% of power, which is almost the same results as Xiaomi's own flagship, the Mi Mix 4. While the full charging test of the Pro version took us around 45 minutes, it's still faster than some flagships in terms of charging efficiency. Both models are 8.34mm thick, but the Pro weighs 207 grams, while the Pro Plus figure is 204 grams. You won't feel any significant difference since it feels almost the same when holding them in your hands. If I didn't tell you their weights, there would be no way to distinguish one from another. So I would advise you guys to be careful when checking the model and check it from the software end and not from the package you receive. After all, the box is replaceable. Both the models are powered by the MTK Dimensity 920 5G processor and feature 120Hz Samsung AMOLED display, the best screen for the Note series to date. They also share the same 108 megapixel camera module. As for the AMOLED displays, these two models both have a stunning visual experience with the best panel in the budget price range. After comparing the two screens, we are pretty sure that there's no trick between them, and the two displays bring exactly the same experience. One of the few significant upgrades that makes us happy with the entire Note 11 series is the stereo speakers tuned by JBL. But since we really couldn't find any difference between the Pro and the Pro Plus, it's better for you guys to check out our review video of the Pro Plus. In that video, we brought in the Redmi Note 10 Pro for comparison, and you guys will definitely figure out how significant the audio upgrade is.
Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now. I made mistakes, but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone. That's the only way I know. Feeling low.
Both of their camera modules are led by a 108 megapixel HM2 sensor, followed by an 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera and another 2 megapixel macro lens. From the sample shot on the Pro and the Pro Plus, we can see that they share the same quality as well as the same problems. They both present a stable and correct white balance with a slightly cold color preference. The native 108 megapixel didn't really help them improve the clarity and sharpness, but on the other hand, they both emphasized relatively good pureness when generating images under low light, which looks so Xiaomi style. So our conclusion remains the same from the last video. The 108 megapixel mode so far is not being exploited to the native sensor's potential, but compared to the other models at their price point, no doubt the Redmi Note 11 series is still one of the best options in the market, especially for the Note 11 Pro. It's hard to find an opponent that is close in its strength. Or is it? Okay, its predecessor, the Redmi Note 10 Pro, is also its rival. Now let's move on to the night shooting performance. The improvement of night mode is pretty significant for both, better brightness and noise processing, but there's still no gap between them. Let's move on to the sample shot on their wide-angle cameras. There is still no obvious gap between their samples. They have the same noise issue in dark areas and average sharpness for the 8 megapixel resolution, and the night mode slightly optimized the images for both of the models. Apart from that, there are no significant surprises between these two phones. The macro lens of the Pro model basically performs the same way as the Pro Plus. It's the same camera hardware with the same camera firmware, leading to no difference in imaging. About the performance, the Dimensity 920 chipset is likely to be the least impressive part of the entire Redmi Note 11 series, since we've seen a more powerful Dimensity 1100 run on their predecessors. And thank God the 920 chipset on the Pro version also got a similar optimization as the Pro Plus variant without any compromises. And similarly, limited by the performance of the Dimensity 920, the Pro model's main camera does not support EIS stabilization in 1080p, 60fps, and 4K video shooting either. The Pro model has a slightly longer battery life with a larger capacity of 5160 mAh, In our battery life test, the Pro model is estimated to save 10% more on power, or you could pick the Pro Plus to save around 20 mins for each full charge. If it were you, which model would you choose? After completing the comparison, I really miss the Redmi Note 10 Pro more than ever, but the Redmi Note 11 series is still worth its price if you compare the series with other brands' budget models. It's most likely to win the title of the best budget series in the market right now. But after we used both these models in the past few days, we strongly feel that the Pro model is more recommendable. We don't think it's worth paying $50 more to get 120 watt charging speed and shorter battery life. The Pro version features 67 watt fast charging, which is already a flagship grade configuration. No matter how indifferent you are to the additional $50, I'm firmly on the side of the Redmi Note 11 Pro. So that's about the Redmi Note 11 series. What's your pick? Please leave your thoughts down below the video, and don't forget to join our giveaway of the Redmi Note 11 Pro. Thanks for watching. This is Kieran from Gizmochina, and we'll see you soon.